Welcome everybody. Today, I'm going to be covering the whole DMCA strike that has hit Missouri as of yesterday, I believe. Now, I'm going to give you all the information. Some of this stuff is kind of insane. I did not know how deep this rabbit hole went, so brace yourselves. Let's lock in. Now, the first thing we need to address, what is a DMCA strike? This is going to be when you break the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. It's most commonly used, in YouTube, Twitch, whenever people are playing copyrighted music, play copyrighted imagery or videos, things like that. So how does this correlate to Missouri getting a DMCA strike? Now, I looked through Reddit, I looked through a bunch of different websites. It is not 100% confirmed what this strike specifically is. However, a lot of people have theorized that it's probably stolen assets from the Stalker games, which is owned by GSC, who is launching this whole DMCA strike lawsuit thing. So why is this important? Why should you care? Well, basically, whenever game devs do go in and actually design assets, these become copyrighted to the specific game, so you're unable to use these if you're making a solo project like Misery. Now, it is not confirmed, but I've seen a bunch of people on Reddit say that the apartments are very similar, as well as the poppy fields. I personally do not know. I've never played the Stalker game, so I don't want to put any personal judgment into here. But there are tons of other, Stalker-like games that GSC has not gone after. So it makes you think maybe they actually did something. So keep that in the back of your mind as we go forward. But that is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Prepare yourself, because we are about to go into uncharted territory here. We're going into the devs Discord server. So there were a lot of crazy things said inside this server. So before I get into any of the screenshots or receipts, I just want to simply say I am a messenger. I'm not pointing fingers or assuming blame on either of the parties. I just simply want to bring you guys this information as clear and concise as possible. Now, without further ado, I don't want to keep you guys waiting anymore. Let's really get into the bread and butter of this case. Now, the first thing I've got for you guys is going to be this screenshot here. The top is going to be the dev himself. Now, just go ahead, take a second and read that. What a response, truly. What a response. You get hit with a DMCA strike and this is your first response. Now, if any game devs ever wanted to work with you in the future, if they're like, oh yeah, Misery's a fun game, let's bring this guy on, maybe he could be a valuable asset to our team. You threw that opportunity out of the window. Absolutely just chucked that shit out like you did not care about it. Obviously, there's people in your Discord. It's gonna leak what you say. And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're gonna get way deeper. Now that we've established the dev is probably not the best type of dude, let's analyze the actual Discord itself. So all the messages in this Discord are in Russian. Luckily, I got them translated through Reddit. Thank you, Reddit, whoever posted these images. I will add you in the video. But before we even get into any of the actual evidence, you need to know what a Z supporter is. Basically, the term Z refers to the takeover of Ukraine by Russia. Very fitting for the game, haha, I know. But this is more than just, an ironic correlation. I actually believe this is partly why the dev made the game the way he did. So now that you guys have context, you know what everything means, let's get into it. So by now, it should be clear the people of this Discord server are not fans of Ukrainians. As you can see here, this image was posted of this valiant Russian figure sporting Russian colors with this text below that reads, "Hello Ukrainians." Now, this is posted in a derogatory way. It's not like, oh, just what's going on. In Russian, I don't know how the language works, but the translation was specifically quoted with derogatory, so take that as you will. So remember the term Z supporter that I brought up earlier? This is going to be important for this one right here. So there was no direct translation on Reddit for this. I couldn't find one myself. I tried, different translators, Google Translate, Russian Translate, different stuff like that. Nothing would translate this into a readable English sentence. So I'm not sure what it says, but obviously if it's posted a lot and it has some sort of reference to Ukraine, probably something with Z supporters. Now we've got a bit of a double whammy coming up here because as you can see, they dropped the N-word in their Discord, just something slight. I know in other places of the world, they're like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter here because the only context is in America. Well, from an American standpoint, still, you can't really do that. When marketing your game to an American audience and you have people in your Discord behaving like this, and you probably behave this way yourself, it does not reflect good on you or your game. I saw comments mentioning how he's currently wiping his whole Discord, all the bad messages, everything, tying him to the issue at hand, currently being wiped, but like by now it's too late. Like all your screenshots, all your evidence is aired out on the internet, on Reddit, everywhere. So there's really no hiding it. I'm expecting a scripted apology, something that's not genuine. Just because you got caught, now you're going to apologize. Obviously, you're going to do anything to get your game back. But low-key, I don't know if the game's going to come back. So what do I think will genuinely happen? Obviously, the game is not going to be back up until the issue is resolved with whatever GSC has given them a DMCA strike for. So if it's textures, they're not going to be back up until this guy comes up with whole new textures, whole new assets, stuff like that. So whatever it is he took, he needs to fix immediately if he wants his game back up. But truly, I think a lot of this stuff that's happened is going to make him lose supporters. People are just genuinely not going to want to play this game anymore. I still have fun on it. I'll probably make a couple more tutorials on it, but I don't see myself playing this really for like a long time in the future with what has happened. The 2025 to 2026 roadmap is pretty much ruined. Unless this issue is resolved within like a couple days and GSC is like, all right, yeah, we were wrong, whatever. But with them, having so many stalker-like games out and GSC has never gone after any of them, it does make me think whoever is in charge of Misery definitely did something. So what's going to happen with my channel and content? Basically, I don't really know. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of throws a wrench in my plans. I really enjoyed Misery. I planned on making content on it for a while, but I truly don't know if this game's gonna die out now or if it's gonna lose a bunch of players. So we will, experiment as we go, but I do want to plan on, making different games, other stuff like that. So if you guys have any game recommendations or anything like that, please leave them in the comments because I desperately need them. But I really want to say thank you guys for all the love you've shown on these videos. I didn't expect them to go as crazy as they did. Pretty much every single video I've made has over 1,000 views, which is insane at this level because I just started uploading them. So thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you stay tuned through, whatever comes next. This is obviously a huge hiccup in the plans, but we will recover. We roll with the punches and we'll figure it out. But I hope this video, shed some light on the situation at hand. It'll help you make a decision on what you want to do next, whether you want to refund the game, keep playing, whatever you want to do. Like I said, I'll still make a couple more videos on this, but if you guys have any other games like Misery or anything like that that you want to see me play, please leave them down below. I definitely need recommendations, but thank you guys so much for everything, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.